Dark Souls 3 is an action RPG developed by FromSoftware and published by Bandai Namco. I have the retail copy of the game. Go out and buy it, right now. I'm gonna keep this review very short and very simple, because this is an excellent game. And right now it's easily my GOTY, my game of the year. It's near perfect. I'm loving this game. Just like with the other Dark Souls game, the story is very cryptic. There is no one that tells you what is happening. You actually are trying to figure out things by looking at items, looking at the environment, talking with some NPCs who don't really talk that much, but they say some weird things. The basic premise is that the Lords of Cinder have gone away from their throne, and it's your job as the Ashen One, an undead, to bring them back to their thrones to restore the first flame. But they don't really want to go back, so you're gonna have to kill them all. The game is known for its punishing difficulty. Compared to the other games of the franchise, this is more accessible than the others in my opinion, because the difficulty curve is way better for new gamers, because if you don't really know the franchise, you're gonna start off actually knowing the controls, fighting some relatively easy to beat enemies. Then you get to some boss fights. They are hard, but they're not impossible. And then the more you play, the harder it gets, until you get to certain areas of the game. And I have to say that I love every single area of the game. Well, except the swamp area, but other than that, I loved the High Wall of Lothric. I loved every scene of the Boreal Valley. I loved the Cathedral of the Deep. And the boss fights and the enemy design, everything is just top notch. It's very incredible. I love looking at it, and even playing it at the lowest settings on PC to get the best performance possible. It looked amazing. It's one of the best looking games on the system. And it's not just about the textures, it's just about everything, the lighting, and how every single area differs from the other ones. And the level design is excellent as always. But I have to say, compared to the first Dark Souls, which was really overwhelming, I was like, what do I do? Where do I go? You didn't really know what to do next. You were like, okay, is this area for me? Oh, I died. No, it's not really for me. Let's try going to another area. It was more open-ended, let's say. This one is actually a little more linear, but not in a bad way, because you actually have to follow a relatively straight path with different areas that you can explore around it. And I like that, because I want to explore every single area as fully as possible. And while in Dark Souls 1 I felt like I was missing a lot of things, in this one I think that I've been pretty much exploring almost every single inch of the map, and that's really rewarding. The combat is faster than the other ones. It's still very defensive, but it also wants you to attack a lot more, just like in Bloodborne. And I like that. I like going in with a sword and start attacking an enemy while also dodging and parrying. The weapons are cool as always. Leveling up, healing yourself, is all the same good stuff. Now you also have a bar that is used for your magic attacks and for some special attacks that every single weapon has. If you use a weapon with two hands, you can actually do some special attacks, and they deal a lot more damage, but they also leave you more vulnerable to attacks. The soundtrack, the voice acting and the sound effects are top notch as always. I love exploring the environment, just listening to my footsteps and the noises of the monsters, and especially love fighting some enemies and some bosses with amazing soundtrack. They scare you, they creep you out, they intimidate you, but you always will go out on top. And lastly, there is also the multiplayer aspect. I haven't been able to experience it in the previous games because I played them way too late, but in this game, even after 1 month, it's still played very much, and I love it. I love it because when you are in a very bad situation, summoning another player to help you out or fighting another player in PvP, it's very damn fun. And I think that actually playing it with a friend is the best way to experience it, because it's just more joyful. You feel a little more secure, a little bit more safe, and also you can exploit a lot of enemies. If there are 2 or 3 players attacking the same enemy, they will die in just a couple of hits. If it's you alone with him, well, the chances of winning are slimmer. So overall, I have to say that Dark Souls 3 is an excellent game. If you haven't already, buy it now. It's $60 and it's worth every single penny. And if you finish the game, you can play it again. There is New Game Plus, there is still the multiplayer aspect. There are optional bosses that you might have missed. There are tons of achievements to complete. It's just a very damn fun game to play. and I think that everyone should check it out. It's way superior than the other ones in my opinion. I love the graphics, I love the gameplay, I also enjoy the story, and it's near perfect. But still guys, if you played Dark Souls 3, which is your favorite Souls game? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.